This is a short video on febrile convulsions or febrile seizures or fever fits. They all mean the same thing. An episode when a young child has a high temperature and they become unresponsive. Perhaps their eyes roll up, their limbs become stiff, they may arch their back, arms and legs may jerk, and they may become blue. They're very common. They affect about 3 in 100 children, and 1 in 3 of those children will have another fever fit, particularly if they run in the family, if other family members have had fever fits when they're young. And they're particularly common between the ages of 1 and 3, especially around the age of 2, toddlers. And so certainly fits beyond the age of 5 we would be reluctant to think of as fever fits. What to do if one happens? They're extraordinarily frightening for parents the first time you see one. So first of all, put your child in the recovery position, the safety position, lying on the front, so that if any vomiting or saliva comes out of their mouth, it runs down onto the floor, onto the bed. Check your watch. Doctors will want to know how long the seizure lasted for. Do not force anything into their mouth. It's a myth about biting the tongue. It's actually dangerous to force something into a child's mouth when they're having a seizure. If it's a first fever fit, call 999 because it will be very, very frightening. If, on the other hand, you've seen a fever fit before with your child, maybe several of them, then you can wait for up to 5 minutes. But if the convulsion continues beyond 5 minutes, call 999 because we always want to stop the seizure by 30 minutes maximum. And if for any other reason you're concerned, your child seems very ill, they have a strange rash, they are very blue, they don't recover quickly, then again, call 999. How can you prevent the child having another one because their fever might continue for 48 to 72 hours? Well, first of all, be reassured that even in hospital, with doctors and nurses, we have children who have a second fever fit. But what you can do is firstly undress the child down to their nappy. Don't put a fan on them or tepid sponge them with cool water. That's really unpleasant when you feel hot. You can give regular paracetamol and ibuprofen. They haven't been proven to reduce fever fits, but they have been proven to reduce temperature. And when I'm unwell with a fever and I feel unwell, I take them as painkillers too, and they work for children. You should encourage your child to drink fluid. When they have a high temperature, they'll be losing lots of fluid. A baby over 6 months can tolerate missing a feed during the night, and an older child can tolerate not eating food for 24 hours, but they cannot tolerate not taking fluids. Young children can dehydrate really quickly. Fever fits do not cause epilepsy. Young children who are perhaps prone to epilepsy, perhaps epilepsy runs in the family, may be more prone to having a fit with a high temperature, but the febrile convulsion doesn't cause epilepsy. And finally, febrile convulsions are not a reason to avoid vaccination in your child, even if the febrile convulsion happens when the fever is a reaction to a vaccine. Often the 48 or 72 hours after we have a vaccine, adults or children will get a bit of a temperature, and a febrile convulsion because of a fever due to a vaccine is not a reason not to have a further dose of that vaccine or indeed to have any other vaccination. Thank you.